If I'm working a private job,
Right.
but I just got the job because I got sick sometimes last year and was in the hospital, so I didn't pay any tax for last year.
Right.
But I just got a private job now, and I'm just gonna start paying tax maybe like every 3 months. But I'm not paying tax as yet because I'm not working for a long time now.
You're an independent contractor.
Huh?
You're an independent contractor. You're describing yourself as an independent contractor.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So if I want to file for my husband in Jamaica, how would I go about doing that?
We file for him now because you're not going to need to give an affidavit of support till next year. Because the affidavit of support's at the end of the case, not at the beginning. So all you need to do right now is file the I-130, and then at the end of next year, you'll have your taxes for this year done, and hopefully they're sufficient to support him above the poverty level. And the year before, you'll explain you weren't working because you were in the hospital, but I'm sure you have tax return from the year prior. And hopefully the totality of circumstances shows that you can support your husband. And if not, you could always get a second affidavit of support. But in the meantime, file for him now. We'll worry about the affidavits of support next year.
Okay, so you said even though I didn't pay tax last year,
File for him.
Still file for him.
File for him right now, this moment, today. Correct. Okay. The
Right,
faster you file for him, the faster you get him here.
Okay, and even though I'm not paying tax, even though for the rest of the years I used to pay, but even though I didn't pay tax.
Well, yeah, because they're not asking. They're not asking for your taxes right now. They're going to ask for your taxes in the year 2020, and by then you will have shown that you're paying taxes.
Okay, because I heard like you have to be paying tax for 3 years straight.
You have to, and then in 2020, which is over a year from now, or a year from now, you will have to give an affidavit of support. And in the affidavit of support, you have to show that you have your 3 years past taxes. Now, you will show taxes for 2019. You will not show a tax return for 2018, but I'm sure you will show a tax return for 2017. So what will happen? What will happen is that you will give a letter saying in 2018 I was hospitalized, but I am better now and working again. And hopefully in 2017 and 2019 your income is somewhat substantial. And as a result of having a somewhat substantial income, you can demonstrate that the totality of circumstances is you can support this man. You just had, unfortunately, you had a health scare and now you're better. Okay? And if it's not for any reason, you could always get a second affidavit of support from somebody else.
Okay. So one question, like if I'm getting private pay and I want to pay taxes, do my employer, the person who I work with, they have to pay taxes too for me?
No, because if you are, I mean, I'm not a tax expert, but if you're working privately as a independent contractor, you're going to file a quarterly tax return every quarter, and you should go to an accountant and they'll do that for you.
Right, so that has nothing to do with the person who paid me.
Correct.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, but I would like to speak to you privately about the filing.
That's fine. Hold on one second. So you're in Manhattan, I'm in Manhattan, so it makes it very easy. Hold on one second, all right? Let's go to Cheryl, also in Manhattan. Cheryl.
Hi.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Mr. Brad.
How you doing?
My question goes like this. For people who are having a really hard time getting their papers and so on and so forth due to the political system here right now, I'm talking about immigrants who are having just a hard time adjusting or applying, or they're caught up because they never had a visa or what have you. Do you recommend that they just go home and have someone file for them from there?
No.
Not at all?
No. Number one is because many of them, if they go home, have violated their status and would have a 10-year bar. Number two, who says it's easier to get a green card home than it is here?
Well.
So I think what's going on is the immigration laws are in essence, the same. They've been the same under all the years of Obama as they are under Trump.
Yes.
The only difference is that right now the Immigration Service, the State Department, everybody, they used to say that the people who are applying for green cards are their customers. And that used to be their overriding theme. We're helping a customer who's paying a filing fee, and they're our customer, and we want to give them a benefit if they're entitled to it, because they're our customer. Now, under Trump, their theory is different. We're accepting your application, you're paying your fees, but our job is to protect the American worker. So the difference is not that the laws are different. The difference is that they are doing two things. They're interpreting the laws much stricter, and two, they are delaying people's cases. Now, in both of those situations, it behooves you to the nth degree that because this is happening, delay and a stricter interpretation of laws, that you need a good lawyer. That's what you need more than give up and go home. Because ultimately, the law is the law. And if you're entitled to it, you're entitled to it. And the law hasn't changed.
So specifically, my niece is such a person. She's having just such a hard time, but she also has a sick son. Could a waiver be done on that basis?
Maybe.
That he's sick and needs her?
Maybe, but I don't know what her situation is. So I think in your niece's, and if she has a sick son, and hopefully she was in the New York area, she can come see me. If not, we can do it by phone. Let her make an appointment to come see us, and let's see what her options are. But I can tell you, I'm not the only good lawyer in the world, okay? I'd be a liar to say I'm the only good lawyer out there, okay? I'm a good lawyer, but there's other good lawyers too. But in this day and age, you need a good lawyer. That's what you need, all right? So hold on 1 second, all right?
I'm calling regarding my status in my green card paperwork. My husband filed for me because I was F1 student. So we got denied last year.
Why?
And they said my husband didn't meet up his burden, and they think he's fraud. And
they don't believe it's a real marriage.
Yeah.
Okay. So what? So if it's a real marriage, we can continue the conversation. If it's a fraudulent marriage, I can't help you. So now, what have you done?
They said that we have to appeal. So
No, don't appeal. No. And first of all, if you ever watch our show on a day-to-day basis, you'll see, Yo-Yo and Belgium Kim go out on the streets and they do this, bratified marriage type of, thing. And, we kind of have fun on my name. But it's really a Stokes interview they give people on the street. And you see all the time that people who are in real marriages fail. And then these real marriages of American citizens, if they actually went in for a green card, the government would say you're in a fraudulent marriage when they're not. So you don't appeal because an appeal takes years, and what you're appealing is that they made a bad decision. But if in fact you screwed up the interview, they didn't make a bad decision, they made the right decision, you screwed up an interview. So then at that point, it's faster, easier, more efficient just to refile again and do a better job at the next interview. All right? So that would be my advice. But again, I'm not going to tell you to do that till I see the decision because I want to see what the decision is. All right? So
we hired this lawyer that's sent the appeal already, and he's not like open-minded. Like he's not telling. More like he's not telling us
because he has
what
nothing.
to do next.
He has nothing to tell you because appeals take 2, 3, 4 years for a decision. So that's why you're better off to refile again. So let me, and if you are going to do an appeal and it's a winning appeal, then you would file a mandamus to force the government to make a decision and not wait for 4 years. So what I would suggest you do is have a consultation with us. We're going to do one of three. Either just tell you keep the appeal going and you'll have to wait. Number 2, keep the appeal going, let's file a mandamus and force a decision. Or 3, let's withdraw the appeal and refile again. It's going to be one of those 3. I just don't know which until I see all the records.
Okay. Thank you very much.
My question is, if you was arrested like 17 years ago and you expunged your record but you wanted to renew your green card, should you get a lawyer, or could you do it on your own?
You would get a lawyer. You would get a lawyer because expungement does not vacate a conviction in the eyes of the Immigration Service. So even though your conviction is expunged, you still may be deportable. It doesn't change your immigration situation. So what you need to do is get a lawyer, take a look at your green card, take a look at your disposition, what you were arrested for, what you were found guilty of, what your punishment was, and then make a determination whether or not you're deportable or what else you should do.